All right, it didn't die. Okay. Okay, let's see. Select stream, that one. No data, but it will. It will. Slap it there, go like that, copy it, post it, go like that, come over here, come on, and go like that, and go like that, sure. 2 times. 1, 2. Oh, okay, and then that's up, so good, that's up, sure. Sure, let's go. All right, hey, good evening. Welcome to my episode of Let's Play Minecraft. Hey, it's saying no data. Is that the case? Is there no data? Let's see. Live stream, dashboard. Because, that means my shit is broken. Live. It should, yeah, live right here, dude. Oh no. There's nothing there. It's a black screen. Dude. No, it's there. Right? Oh no. Yeah. There's nothing there. It's a black screen. Okay, close that. Ooh, now I'm off. Okay, now top chat, all chat, live chat. There we go. Yay. Dominate chat, but I'll share for now. Okay. No data. Here, can I refresh this? Refresh. There we go. Now I feel much better about things. Hey, welcome to a late night episode of Let's Play Minecraft. Whee! Happy July 3rd. It's like right before uh the fireworks tomorrow. And oh, let me tell you, there are fireworks tonight. Let me tell you, I've been hearing them. So yeah. So I'm like, oh shit, I can't really sleep. It's a Friday. Like, I already went to the gym tonight thinking, oh yeah, I'll just go to the gym and like work off my energy. And no, not really. It was good, but like, like, I think I need my own space, independent from other people, for undisclosed reasons. uh, but yeah, um, I I have really mixed feelings about this 4th of July. It's a really weird, like, and it makes me want to like reaffirm and recommit to like to the ideals. And so like, well, I should probably examine that. And what better time than like right now? What better time than what better place than here? What better time than now? So what do I got in my downloads folder? So the New York Times put out a graph about the immigration population. Where are the immigrants coming from in the United States? Like, where are they coming from? And it depends on when you ask that question, because it changes throughout the history of our country. So if you look back to the 1850s, you see that like 99%, like 95% comes from Europe, Ireland, England, and Germany, and a little bit from other places, but primarily that. Right? 2 million, 10% of the population is coming from Europe. uh, or no, 10% of the population are immigrants. Okay, in 1910, that's in 1850. In 1910, right? Now you have 14 million immigrants, which is 15% of the population. Again, Europe dominates the immigration. And at this point, we don't have like passports and shit like that. like like if you get in trouble and you need to go, just get on a boat and go to America. So then it was even in the 1970s, the majority of the immigration was coming from Europe. Right? I mean, yeah, now Latin America is coming up, but like before it was still Europe. And this is when Ronald Reagan was saying how great immigration was for America, right? But suddenly now in 2024, suddenly the Republicans have changed. Suddenly immigration is bad. For Republicans, suddenly immigration is a great threat. And you got to ask yourself, why suddenly would Republicans just flip on immigration and decide it's now a bad thing? Why would they do that? Why would they do that? Oh, look. Because in 2024, the majority of immigration stopped coming from Europe, from the white countries, and started coming from like Asia and the Americas, South America and Central America. Now, now immigration becomes a problem for Republicans because like it's a big wink wink nod nod like whatever dog whistle, right? It's a dog whistle because what are they really about? They're white supremacists. So they couch it in immigration, saying, "Oh, we're concerned about immigration." No, no, no. They're concerned about not white people coming into your country because y'all want a white ethno state, and that's literally what it is. I mean, so it's good to remember that not everybody is on board with the American project. That there are forces, powerful forces out there who are at odds, completely at odds with the American project. Those are Confederates. Those are white supremacists. Those are slavers. And you say, oh, we defeated them back in like 1864 or 5 or something like that. We defeated the Confederacy. We defeated them. But it wasn't quite that clean cut. Like, sure, we defeated them militarily and occupied their territory. Well, it was our territory. Sure, we occupied our territory. uh, but they assassinated Lincoln. And then Andrew Johnson took power and preserved the Confederacy. The, and yeah, and so it festered and remained. Like, sure, black Americans were finally freed from the bondage of slavery, but they still had to deal with Jim Crow apartheid, because that's what it was. It's apartheid. It was apartheid. They lived under apartheid, where yeah, you like technically by the law they had equal rights, but in practice, no. Black Americans were still denied the promise of America. So yeah, because the Confederacy lingers. It lingers. White supremacy lingers. Like, and you see it all over in with oh shit. I should have got the other side too. Let me grab the other one. There's two sides to it. uh, you saw how Donald Trump moves and acts, right? He's all about the white supremacy. Uh, I mean, he has slavers, or he has Nazis in his party and Confederates and all that other shit. Uh, so yeah, it's clear that he is a bad guy. Uh, I'm looking for, there it is. Okay, so what's the source of this? Uh, and I'm over here telling you that, oh yeah, it's because, let's see, let's pretend that no Asians voted. Let's pretend that no Hispanics voted. Let's pretend no black people voted. And let's pretend all the white people voted in the United States. Like that's what I'm doing right now with uh, this website. Let me show you this website real quick. Snip. So you see what I'm looking at, what I'm doing here, right? Wah, wah. It's the 2024 demographic swingometer from the Cook Political Report. So what that is it takes all the data from the 2024 election and it lets you play with the demographics. So like you can increase the participation of certain groups, or increase or decrease the participation, and you can increase and decrease their support for either candidate. So it turns out that if you do nothing except take away all the minority votes and keep all the white votes, let me show you what that looks like in the 2024 election. Snip. Right here. Ding. That's what your country looks like. That's if you only keep the white vote in the 2024 election. What happens is Donald Trump wins with 56% of the votes, and Kamala Harris loses with 42%. So if you only ask white people, Donald Trump, the white supremacist, wins. Okay. What happens if you take away all the white votes and you have no white votes, but you have 100% participation from minorities, from Asians, from Latinos, and from black people? What does the 2024 election look like? It looks like that. Donald Trump gets 24% of the votes, and Kamala Harris gets like 74%, and the whole country is blue. How come when you ask only white people, like the white supremacist takes the whole country, but when you ask all the minorities, the white supremacist loses? Because it's about white supremacy. There's two different visions of America. The white supremacist vision is an ethno-state, a Christo-fascist ethno-state, where everyone converts to Christianity or dies, and Christianity and two genders, two norms, like all the religious restrictions, and under fascism. That's their vision. Slavery, all that shit. That's what they want. And then, of course, there's the American vision of multiracial democracy, where all humans are equal. All humans are equal. We all have freedom, and we live together in justice to prosper. And it's such a good thing that everyone else wants to emulate us. That's the two visions. So Donald Trump represents the slavery vision, and you can see that there's a lot of people that are on board with that slavery vision, primarily white people, because it's white supremacy. That's the biggest group, so of course it's going to be white people. It's not like white people in particular are particularly morally bad. It's it's the system. It's literally the system. There's more white people, so it's going to be white supremacy. I mean, kind of like the whole thing was like white supremacy and an imperial grab from Europe, but anyways. But right, so we're trying to transform this imperial grab birthed of slavery and genocide, and we're trying to transform it into a multiracial democracy and a haven for people who are oppressed by their tyrannical governments. Whose team are you on? And yeah, dude, I know a lot of the history, the bad history of what the United States has done. I know it. I know it. Right? I know it. But ask yourself, who's got control of the state during that time? Who's controlling the state? Is it the people? Kinda. If you just mean white males. And really the rich ones. So like, yeah, the United States has been the state of the United States has been used to do terrible crimes. But if we take control of that state, we can use it to make amazing goodness. So I think that's what it's coming down to. Is yeah, we got to remember what we're about. We were never about taking away the rights of other people and putting them down to raise us up. I mean, we may have started out that way, at the state, but we don't have to be that way. I was looking at that term mogging. Have you heard that term? That's the term all the kids are using now. Mogging. And I hear the etymology, it comes from like right-wingers, like Nazis. And it's to one-up somebody, like in terms of looks or something. And I can tell that it's a Nazi concept because it's hierarchy. It makes a hierarchy. That's the focus. The focus is a hierarchy. And a kind of humiliation, right? I mean, and so yeah, it's not a term I really like. I don't like terms that come from Nazis. There's another term that came from the Nazis that I don't like. Based. That came from the Nazis, and I don't even know what I mean. It's supposed to mean good, I guess, but it came from the Nazis, dude. It's weird. Nazis are weird. They're just fucking weird people. They have weird ideas. They're fucked up. Why would you want to copy their language? Why should I I gotta watch my language, right? I gotta make sure I'm not accidentally reproducing Nazi culture, because that's fucked. Fuck Nazis. Fuck white supremacists. That's why we're in the situation we're in today. Oh yeah, let me keep going, right? Oh yeah. So some news came out today, right? So a bunch of news came out. One story came out. Let me show you. I got clippings of it because I was all about it. Right there. Check this shit out. This is cool. U.S. claims Russia is planning attack on Poland. Here's why. Friday, the 3rd of July. That's today. That's today. I mean, it's about to end. It's about to be tomorrow, but still, that's today. So the United States has reportedly warned Poland about a potential Russian provocation designed to test NATO's resolve, which could involve targeting Polish infrastructure or even a ground incursion. Sources close to Polish President Karol Nawrocki. I should watch. I have to not be loud. I'm sorry. Carol Narwaki suggests Moscow's aim for such an attack, potentially within months, would be to escalate tensions and pressure Ukrainians' Western allies to suspend military and financial aid. Warsaw's security services are considering various scenarios, including a small conventional ground incursion that Russia might claim as an accident, drone attacks on critical infrastructure, or simulated airstrikes. An extreme possibility involves a hybrid attack in the border region where Russian or Belarusian troops might cross into Polish territory, presented as a mistake due to GPS failure or a fake rescue mission. It is believed that Russia would hope such an incident would compel Poland, under US pressure, to negotiate rather than retaliate, potentially leading to a cessation of Western support for Ukraine as a condition for Russian withdrawal. So the American intel, the intelligence, the American spies warned Poland that Russia was planning this operation to draw it into a war and to try to get it to like it would invade Poland and then say, well, we'll leave Poland if you leave Ukraine. Like crazy shit, right? Like, oh my god, this is insane what they're thinking about doing. And because it's Russia, they'll fucking do it. They're crazy. So like right after that, here, let's see. See? Russia plotting attack on Poland to test NATO's resolve. Okay, right after that. And then here's the story, right? The big fat the big story. But okay. There's more of the story, and then there's the rest of it. But right after Poland was warned of the Russian attack, what happened today? That happened today, this morning. Trump's acting intel chief, who's begins purge of top officials. So right after United States intel warns Poland of a Russian attack, Donald Trump purges the United States intel community because they warned Poland of the attack, of the Russian attack, and Donald Trump is an ally of Vladimir Putin and wanted the attack to be a secret, but the American spies told Poland. Because so in order to like make sure that doesn't happen again, Donald Trump fired all of those spies. Bill Pult, President Donald Trump's controversial acting director of national intelligence, began purging top national security officials on Friday, a move that was widely expected. Ooh. Okay. Pult, who has no military or national security experience, is viewed as a partisan operative that Trump put into position for political reasons. Previously, he indicted Trump's enemies, his political foes, but those indictments failed because they were built on bullshit, right? But he'll do whatever Donald Trump wants is the reason why he was promoted to the Director of National Intelligence. And now that he's in that position, he's firing all these spies that warned Poland of what was coming up. He's firing because they didn't provide him a full picture of what was going on. So in other words, American spies are not giving Donald Trump's dudes all the information. And so Donald Trump is firing them. Ask yourself, why would American spies not want to give information to Donald Trump when Donald Trump is a real good friend of Vladimir Putin? Oh, and not yet. Not that one yet. So, I mean, like, it's kind of crazy, right? Because, like, years ago, Donald Trump lost the 2020 election and then tried to overthrow the government with a violent mob. And then he got away with it, and then white people put him back into power. So this is a good picture. On July 3rd, that same day, July 3rd, this is a painting of, oh, here, I don't remember it, right? So I need to read the rest of it. This is a painting. And, dude, right there. Late in the afternoon of July 2nd, 1863, on a boulder-strewn hillside in southern Pennsylvania, Union Colonel Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain dashed headlong into history, leading his 20th Marine Regiment in perhaps the most famous counterattack of the Civil War. The regiment's sudden desperate bayonet charge blunted the Confederate assault on Little Round Top and had been credited with saving Major General George Gordon Meade's Army of the Potomac, winning the Battle of Gettysburg and setting the South on a long, irreversible path to defeat. So this guy, Joshua Lawrence Chamberlain, was a liberal arts professor when he joined the United States Army to defend the Constitution against the slavers, the white supremacists. And he picked up books on military history and just studied. And because of those books that he studied, he was able to defeat the Confederates at the Battle of Gettysburg and save the army from getting flanked. And his troops were out of ammo. They were out of everything. But so he could have retreated, right? He's like, oh shit, well, I guess we're done. We have no more bullets. But if he would have retreated, then the rebels would have fucking flanked the Meade's army and killed all the Union troops, and Lee would have marched closer to Washington D.C. So if it wasn't but this guy fucking held his line with no ammo, waited till they were close enough, and fucking charged them with bayonets, literally with bayonets, and did hand-to-hand combat. And because he did that, I think 85% of his men died. It was a suicide charge. But they saved the army. They saved the day. They saved the battle. They saved the country. Because after the Battle of Gettysburg, the slavers couldn't keep going. They were done. So yeah, fuck yeah. See what I mean? If we get control of the state, we can do awesome things. Defeat nascent slavery rebellions. Nascent, yeah. Let's see, what else do I got here? Let me look at my Facebook page. That's always a good one. Oh yeah! So, did you hear of, I don't know if you, for Catholic people, so if you're into Catholic stuff, right? So there's this sect in Catholicism called, what do they call it? What's the name of it? Oh man, where'd it go? I just was looking at it. There it is. The Society of Saint Pius X. And Saint Pius X is like a right winger dude, like a very, very conservative dude. So that society was excommunicated by the Pope. That means if you follow them, if that church, that sect, you're out. You're not with the the Roman Catholic Church anymore. Like, you're excommunicated. You don't get sacrament. You don't get any of that stuff anymore. Like, they don't get any new church support. They don't get new bishops. They get nothing. They get nothing. They're out. They're like, yeah, you guys were like just talk shit, so you're out of here. You're gone. The issue is that there are members of our government in that sect that just got excommunicated. J.D. Vance and 2 Supreme Court members. I believe Amy Coney Barrett and maybe Kavanaugh. I don't know. But 2 Supreme Court justices and the vice president are members of the sect that just got excommunicated. So like they can be like, oh yeah, very, very like really believe in my faith, but your faith is you belong to a sect that was excommunicated because it didn't believe in the faith. It's not just me saying it, it's the Pope. I'm sorry, it's so loud. Dude, I'm being a dick. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a dick. What happens is like I'm trying to go to bed and then I'm like, I can't. Too much awareness. I know too much. I'm like, man, I should really be quiet. It's so late. It's like, it's midnight. It's midnight, dude. Be quiet. I got like my fan going. It's pretty hot, man. I like tweaked my video card so it uses 10% less power and only goes to like 2700 clock speed megahertz because it's hot, man. It's super hot, and I'm trying not to let my computer crash. So yeah, but that's hilarious. I think that's hilarious that JD Vance got excommunicated. Not him directly, right? He didn't get excommunicated directly, but his sect did, his church did. And if he belongs to that church, well, like so what else do I got going on? Man, like a whole lot of nothing. Like this was like a desperate attempt to like to do something on a Friday night. Shit. I went to the gym. I'm serious. I went to the gym. I had this dilemma, right? Because I'm like, let's go out somewhere. And I'm like, but I don't want to go anywhere, right? I'm like, what's the purpose of going out? I'm like, oh, to meet women. I'm like, okay, well, where would you go to meet women? Right? Like, you like, in general, women don't want to be fucked with. They just want to live their life and like be left alone, right? That's kind of what I think. So like, I can't go to the, if I'm at the gym, right? And I'm like, I'm just gonna like work out because I can't ask out women at the gym because that's not what it's for. It's to work out. That's why you're at the gym. And so for a while I was like, oh yeah, well, if I just do my normal thing, eventually I'm gonna bump into someone who's also doing their normal thing, and then we'll just naturally gravitate toward each other. Well, my normal thing has been like protesting Donald Trump for years. I finally found a group that regularly protests and stuff, and I was going like on Saturdays, but like, and there's women there and stuff, but like they don't go to this protest wanting to get hit on, like, so like it's not like a that's not a good place either. And so I was thinking about like really the only place I could where it's socially acceptable to hit on women is like a bar, right? But I hate going to bars. Like I don't drink alcohol. Like I hate bars. I went to bars so much in my 20s. Like so then I'm like, well then where do I meet women? Like I tried the online internet dating thing and that's just awful. I hate that. I hate it. I compared it with my neighbor. I have a neighbor friend, right? And she's the one who convinced me to do it, to go on Facebook dating. She's the one who convinced me to do it. I'm like, fine, I'll do it, fine. And like I did the whole thing, answered a bunch of questions, did a bunch of profiles, uploaded a bunch of pictures, did all that whole thing, like made a profile, like did all the work, right? And then like all this time later, I'm looking at matches to me, I get nothing, zero, nothing. Meanwhile, my friend, I look at hers, my neighbor, and it's just the opposite. Her inbox is spammed with matches, but they're all shitty matches. They're all shit. They're all terrible, like terrible stuff. Like so like we have like the same problem, just manifested differently. I said that just to say that online dating, I fucking can't figure it out. I don't want to do it. It's too much work. I'd rather just meet someone old-fashioned like, you know? But how do you do that? Grocery store? Should I? At the gym already. It's funny. At the gym already, like there are dudes who like see me as such a threat that they will stand between me. I'm at a machine and their wife or whatever is at another machine like across the room. They will literally stand between us to break line of sight. Off to the side or something, like, you know, like it's so weird, man. So like, yeah, like I'm not going to the gym to like hit on anybody, but like, geez, the pressure. Like the pressure, no, it's like the scrutiny, that's the word. The scrutiny is intense. That's why I raw dog it, man. I don't go in there with my phone. I don't have any headphones in. I have nothing. I have nothing. I don't want to be accused of taking pictures. I don't want to be accused of trying to hit on somebody. I don't want to be accused of any of that nonsense, dude. I've got nothing. I don't listen to music. I don't. But my problem is that, like, I would totally love to have a friend to do great stuff with. You know what I mean? Do I have to get explicit? And I'm like, how do I fucking do that? It's the great mystery. Maybe it is I who am weird. Well, yeah. You've gone too far with your weirdness. Man, I don't know. I've seen some like animation. Like, if you imagine that, wow. Maybe I'm okay. Or maybe. Anyways. So this is working out pretty good. I'm maintaining a decent frame rate. All right. So, yeah, what else do I got to show you? You know that Donald Trump is a bad guy. Here, let's see. You know this. So you remember this, right?
It strikes me there is a detail in your book, Where the Law Ends Inside the Mueller Investigation, that has received too little attention against the backdrop of Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine. And that is that Paul Manafort, who you were responsible for prosecuting, met with a top Putin ally, Konstantin Kilimnik, and agreed to a deal.
All right, before you go too far, right? Paul Manafort was Donald Trump's campaign manager in 2016. Where did he come from? He came from Ukraine, where he was the campaign manager for another dude called Viktor Yanukovych. Viktor Yanukovych was a Russian puppet. His whole goal, his whole point was to bring Ukraine back inside of Russia. And so Paul Manafort was the one who got him to win the election. But when the Ukrainian people figured out that Yanukovych was a bad guy, they rebelled. And they had a revolution for like 3 months in the winter. They refused to leave the presidential palace. They made a giant ass fucking ice tower and shit. And like after 3 months, the Russian dude Yanukovych finally fled and he left Ukraine and went back to Moscow. So that's when Moscow invaded and took Crimea. And Manafort was like, oh shit, I don't have a job anymore. But he owed money to an oligarch. So he went to America and worked for free for Donald Trump. And he got Donald Trump elected. Anyways, so the whole thing is that and he got convicted of this, right? So Paul Manafort, in order to help Russia, like got a bunch of Republican polling data, inside polling data, and which is like a detailed map of American politics. And he gave this hard drive information to Konstantin Kilimnik, who then went back to Russia and gave it to Putin, who gave to his hackers, and that's how they knew which counties they needed to saturate with like messages and disinformation and shit like that in order to like alter the election through social engineering with a detailed map provided by Paul Manafort. So anyways, they caught this guy. Now here, let's go back and hear that. They caught him, they prosecuted him and convicted him. So let's keep going.
It strikes me there is a detail in your book, Where the Law Ends Inside the Mueller Investigation, that has received too little attention against the backdrop of Vladimir Putin's invasion of Ukraine. And that is that Paul Manafort, who you were responsible for prosecuting, met with a top Putin ally, Konstantin Kilimnik, and agreed to a deal that would essentially have enabled Putin to take control of the eastern part of Ukraine with Trump's approval. And Manafort had implicitly agreed to this. Why has this not gotten more attention against the backdrop of the invasion of Ukraine by Vladimir Putin?
So I don't know why it has not gotten more attention, but I had the exact same reaction when the war occurred and you saw what Russia was trying to do. I was like, yes, of course. we had in writing, we'd sort of captured some emails between Konstantin Kilimnik and Paul Manafort talking about this deal and saying what they needed to make this work was a wink from Donald Trump that this would happen. But take Trump.
Okay, so they needed a wink from the Russians. So the deal was between Russia and Trump was Donald Trump would give the eastern part of Ukraine to Russia in exchange for Russia's help in getting elected president. That was the deal. But in order for the deal to go through, Russia needed a wink from Donald Trump. They needed a signal from Donald Trump to let the Russians know that Donald Trump was on board. So you want to see what that wink looks like?
The C-SPAN networks bring you long-form.
What do I have to get involved
by cable?
What do I have to get involved with Putin for? I have nothing to do with Putin. I've never spoken to him. I don't know anything about him other than he will respect me. He doesn't respect our president. And if it is Russia, which is probably not, nobody knows who it is, but if it is Russia, it's really bad for a different reason, because it shows how little respect they have for our country when they would hack into a major party and get everything. But it would be interesting to see. I will tell you this. Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by our press.
I mean, did you hear that? You know that Donald Trump uses mob speak. So, using a press conference, he spoke directly to Russia and said, yes, if you help me out, I will reward you mightily. I mean, it's like right there. It's right there. So Donald Trump got elected in 2016 with Russian help in exchange for Donald Trump helping Russia take eastern Ukraine. Now, if you remember, before that, right? Before that, America was supposed to help Ukraine defend its democracy against Russia. But then Donald Trump came in, and then that's when the famous phone call happened, where Donald Trump was on the phone with Volodymyr Zelensky, and was like, hey, Zelensky, like, oh, I know that Congress made this deal to give you these javelins that you need to defend yourself against the Russians when they attack. But I need you to do me a favor. Donald Trump. I need you to make up a report, to give an announcement about Joe Biden, that you're opening an investigation. You don't have to open an investigation into Joe Biden. I just need you to give me the announcement. And the announcement, the press will do the rest of the work. And Zelensky was like, no, I don't really want to do that, dude. I just need to get those javelins to defend my country against the fucking Russians. And Trump was like, well, I'm not going to give them to you unless you do what I want. And so Trump was impeached, right? He was impeached. They impeached him for that. But, like, they didn't bring anyone to trial. Or they didn't, like, call any witnesses. Because the Democrats were cowed by the Republicans, saying that, oh, if you bring witnesses, we're going to bring witnesses too, and we're going to grind the Senate to a halt. They should have just called the bluff, but they didn't. The Democrats backed down, and they let Donald Trump get away. Then 2020 happened, and Donald Trump lost the election, and that's when he tried to overthrow it with that mob. Right, and then he lost the election, and then in 2024, the white people decided, like, hey, we're gonna like, this guy who's on Team Russia and who already tried to overthrow the American democracy, let's give him another shot. Because it's always about the white supremacy, right? That's always the pretext. That's always the pretext, is the white supremacy. It's not the Republican Party, it's the white supremacy party. So you saw Donald Trump. Okay, yeah, like I just kind of like zipped through it real quick. There was so much stuff. So yeah, so the U.S. intelligence agency. Well, I mean, if you read the reports, like the U.S. intelligence agency confirms that Russia interfered in the 2016 election. They fucked with it, and the Senate committee affirmed it. Right. So for sure, we know that Russia intended to interfere in our election, and they intended to help Donald Trump. We know this for sure. The only question is, was there actual collusion between Donald Trump and the Russians? And the answer is yes. That's why Paul Manafort went to prison. That's why Roger Stone went to prison. That's why what's his face? Mike Flynn went to prison. They're all fucking convicts, dude. They're all felons. They're all dirty. They all betrayed the United States to help themselves and Donald Trump. Well, they're helping themselves by helping Donald Trump. So it feels weird that on the 250th anniversary of that we're ruled by, we're being like, our country is being destroyed by vulture capitalists, by oligarchs and criminals, empowered by white supremacists. Like maybe the rank and file people don't understand that it's about white supremacy, but on some level they do. Like all my white family, almost all my white family, like voted for Donald Trump. Like, are they like sheep carrying Klan members? No. But they have like certain ideas that were like kind of implanted by mainstream media. You know, let's put some of this stuff away. Like anywhere, I don't care. Just get out. Get out. So yeah, that the great thing that I came to understand, that like kind of blew my mind was that, like, people always talk about assimilation and stuff, and really the problem we're having right now is that white people didn't assimilate into the United States. The Confederate white people never assimilated into the United States. They held on to their white supremacy tradition. Even to this day, they won't assimilate. Even to this day. And like, it kind of blew my mind. I'm like, wow, that's right. Like, the biggest threat to the United States are Confederates. And those are people who never assimilated to the United States. Because remember, the United States is a multiracial democracy, and the Confederacy is a white ethno state. So if you still have the values of a white ethno state while you're living in the United States, that means you never really assimilated. And there are large swaths of the country where people have never assimilated into the United States. That's the failure of Reconstruction. So we need another Reconstruction. We basically need to need to do it again, but finish it this time. Why aren't you sleeping? I can't say. Alright. That water is tricky. Yeah, it's pretty clear. Pretty clear, right? When Elon Musk is welcomed to the Republican Party and Elon Musk is sitting there throwing Nazi signs and has like Mecha Hitler as his AI. Yeah, like you should like if you're still in the Republican Party, it's because like Nazis aren't a deal breaker for you. So like what else is going on? The Supreme Court put out a bunch of rulings. There was the ruling 5-4 to save birthright citizenship. Okay, so birthright citizenship is a Civil War era amendment that guarantees citizenship to anyone born under the American jurisdiction. If you're born under American jurisdiction, you're an American. And they did that on purpose. They did it on purpose because they knew that the slavers would try in the future to limit citizenship. So in order to stop it, they on purpose said anyone born under American jurisdiction is an American citizen. That's why Americans born in Panama but on an American base are still American. John McCain. Because it's American jurisdiction. But the vote and it's written real plainly in the Constitution. But remember, the white supremacists want to get rid of all of the Civil War Amendment era amendments because because those amendments are directly against white supremacy. So they want to get rid of and overturn all of them. So the fact that a very plainly stated, clear amendment only survived by the skin of its teeth, 5-4, tells me that there's at least 4 votes on the Supreme Court that says the plain text of what it says is not real. And that really they have 6 votes because Kavanaugh was one of the justices that joined the majority. And he said he wasn't even sure the amendment was even valid, but there was a law passed in like 1924 or something that gave birthright citizenship. So he said, well, like, for now, birthright citizenship is still valid, not because of the civil rights era or not because of the Civil War era amendment, but because of some statute that Congress passed. Which means if Congress wants to end birthright citizenship, all that has to do is pass another law, and that's it. It's not an amendment, it's a law that Congress can change. So, like, it's shaky, right? They want to get rid of it so bad, birthright citizenship, because they want a white ethno-state. That's why. It's not a secret. It's real clear. Like, I'm not hanging out with any family this 4th of July. I remember being a little kid, and it was like 3 families all together at Grandma's house, all hanging out. It was like great, but I was a little kid, right? I was like ignorant of all this history. I was a little kid. Now those family members, if I like were to meet them again, like we could never do that again, because I would bring up stuff or they would bring up stuff, and that would be the end of it. Our ideologies are completely opposite. Like, I want a multiracial democracy, and they think they want the American, but if you the American dream, but if you question them too deeply on it, they yeah. Right? I told you I'm too weird. Why can't you get laid? You're too weird. Not Nazi weird, just I don't know. Oh, look at that. It's kind of weird here. Oh. Hi, zombies. Okay, what else is going on? I don't know. They're going after trans people. I hear there's the big discourse now over whether or not it's a genocide. And I think I posted a thing that argues, according to the UN, it is a genocide because the United States government under Donald Trump fully intends to eliminate trans people as a like trans identity. It wants to eliminate like people. It just wants to eliminate people. So yeah, I would say that like is it a genocide? Yeah, kinda. In a way, sure. I mean, they're passing laws to unperson you. Like in Kansas, remember, in Kansas, the government passed a law aimed directly at trans people, saying that their driver's license had to match their birth certificate or they get a felony. And then so somebody did it, right? Someone went through all the trouble to do all that stuff, and they still got arrested. Because it was never actually about the law. It was about white supremacy and domination and Christo-fascism. Oh, that was the other Supreme Court ruling. That states could ban trans kids from participating in sports. Which is stupid. Like it's stupid. It's stupid to ban trans kids from playing sports. It's sports, dude. It's a team mentality. It's like with everyone together. It's not how you learn to get along. It's not like a big deal. They're not playing at a level where you need hyper competitiveness, where it's gonna make a difference. If there even is a difference, which I'm not even sure there is. But that's what I mean when I say that there's two different visions of America. Like in the multiracial democracy vision, people are free to be who and what they are. Right? As long as you're not hurting anyone else, have at it. But in the white supremacy vision, trans people are not acceptable, and they'll find whatever reason they need to in order and make up shit in order to justify their oppression. Because white supremacists are evil. Evil. They're Nazis. They're ideological forefathers. Raped their enslaved daughters to make enslaved babies for profit. That's where they come from. That's the people they come from. And look at Donald Trump, their leader, is a rapist now. I mean, it doesn't go away, right? It doesn't go away. It's like they raped children back then and they rape children now. Yeah, so what a moment in history, right? What a strange moment in history. To be aware of all the stuff that transpired before. And then to be like, can it be redeemed? Can this be saved? Should it be saved? Should it be redeemed? And I would say yes. There's a lot of really, really good people here who have done a lot of great things. And I mean, like, the land itself is beautiful. The idea is sound. Of multiracial democracy and living together, that's a great idea. It's something we should fucking work for and fight to hold. We shouldn't give it up to the slavers and the white supremacists. You know, Donald Trump and his crew. Alright, I think I've gone for an hour. I'm gonna try to go to bed. Alright, have a happy 4th of July.